Hello, welcome. How's it going, mates? Thank you for being there. Let me see. Do we have anyone here? I don't know. Yeah, I think we have a couple of people here. Humbled by your presence, the couple of people here. As always. Yes. Audio is fine. Yeah, just checking everything, making sure it's all good. Yes. Another day, another stream. Um, I really was afraid I couldn't pull my 2 days a week schedule, doing it exactly as scheduled. But yeah, more or less. I knew I was going to be able to come in more or less at 7 past something on Tuesdays, and probably on Thursday as well. Maybe on Thursday I can do it on time. That's also that's also another challenge. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like it's a bit dark always, like this thing has a wrong focus. I don't know. I always feel like that's the case. I don't know if it just changes the focus or what happens there. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me well. I can leave the microphone a bit further away, maybe, and this thing can, yeah, maybe there. I don't know. Because I have a feeling that it's focusing on the microphone and that creates the problem. But I don't know. Maybe when I put my hand forward, it's just focusing on my hand. I really don't know. But yeah, if you're there, say hello. Say hello in the chat. Thank you for being there. Leave me a like. As always, if you haven't followed me, if you're not subscribed to YouTube, give me a like, give me a subscribe there. Depending on where you're from, this is being transmitted both on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. So, thank you for being there. The two of you, I think we have two people, more or less, Yes, it's always a pleasure to have you here. As many as you are, as few as you are, you're very welcome, and thank you for being there. I'm very grateful to have your presence here. Yes. Okay, so here we go. We're going to today. Last time I was so. Here's the thing. Last time I was so demoralized. I think I was pretty demoralized by the fact that sort of. I think a few people came in, like the previous one. I thought maybe this is a good run, and we can have a few more people for the next one. But yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and the next one we didn't have almost anybody. So I was like, I don't know, who am I even talking to? What am I even doing? And yeah, I was feeling pretty demoralized, and I couldn't think of things to do. And I was like, okay, let's just stop, and then let's come in another day and see what happens. That was last Thursday, by the way. I was on schedule last Thursday, and yeah, I've been thinking through this, and through the weekend. We had some beautiful days here in Liverpool. I'm in Liverpool, UK, by the way, and he's usually here. It's very gloomy, lots of clouds, and it's hard. It's usually winter is very harsh, and then the summer is quite never gets there. It depends. We had maybe 2 really good summers in the last 5 years, and 3 really bad summers. So it was this summer it's not yet summer, and it's starting to feel like summer. So that's a really good thing. It's very motivating. So well, people here die, right? It's 23 degrees Celsius. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, but it's really not that much. I think it's 70 something, I guess. And people here go mad. They think they're burning up. It's insane. Me coming from Uruguay was like 35 sometimes, and it's very humid. 35 degrees of humidity is not the same. 35 degrees in Utah or in Berlin is not the same as 35 degrees in Uruguay. It's like 35 degrees there. You start growing bronchi. Truly start growing bronchi, because it is very drowning. That's the right word, I think. Drowning. But yes, throughout the weekend, beautiful weekend, sun, all really good, and spending time with my wife, just walking around, enjoying a little nice little walk and all that. And I think it's just, I really the moment I started, I told myself I don't need to have many people here watching this or anything. I know it's kind of a feeling that sometimes there is people, sometimes there isn't. So I thought it wouldn't affect me at first, right, when I started. And it kind of affected me, it kind of got to me, the fact that sometimes, there's nobody there. I don't know. It's funny because the first time I tried to stream, the reason I stopped was precisely because of that. Precisely because I thought nobody's interested. And then I started again, and I thought, well, I'm not going to care if nobody's interested. I'm just going to do it until, people start showing up. And I got demoralized again. I go like, well, now I have to pull through. Now I have to, like, last time I didn't. And this time I started thinking, well, I shouldn't care about that. And so I won't care about that. I will just keep going. And yeah, it'll be what it will be. I mean, I guess if I keep doing it, week after week, twice a week at least, sometimes people will start showing up, I guess. And that's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're trying to do. I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to let it out. And yeah, hopefully you can join me for a ride. And we have Suresh here. Suresh, thank you so much. He subscribed. Thank you so much, Suresh. It's very nice to have you here, mate. And thank you so much. Suresh is on YouTube, by the way. If you're watching on Twitch, you won't have seen him. Oh, well, yeah, you have. I'm now remembering that I have the chat here and there it is, the chat window there. So you can see the chats from YouTube and Twitch and all that. Also, when I'm sharing the screen, it happens there. Where are you watching us from, Suresh? Let us know that. Let us know what time is here, where you are. Where are you watching us from? But thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for commenting and subscribing and leaving a like, and everyone else follow Suresh on Suresh's steps there. But yes. So join me on my first Mate of the stream. We're gonna do, as always, some cool stuff. I'm gonna show you some cool stuff today. The first thing I'm going to do is show you some cool stuff. We're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna go on to game development. I was thinking about the things that we hadn't tackled yet, and we're gonna tackle them today. Suresh watching from India. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Hope you're outside of trouble, staying out of the danger there. And I know there's a bit of a confrontation they're going on. I'm not in any way getting into political or war things, because this is not the topic here. But just I hope you're safe, mate, and that you're staying safe and that you will be safe. Yeah, that's my hope for you, my wish for you, mate. Yeah, let's enjoy the second one. It's always the first one. It's also the first one, because the first one is always bad. The first one is the worst. And then the second one, it's and then the third one on is usually really great. So you never give when you're sharing this with someone else. Usually this is shared in around the people. And usually share it with my wife. And you never give the first one to anyone, because you can't give the first one to anyone. The first one, el del estribo, as we say, is the first. The first one. I don't know, but it's always, you pour it, you drink it yourself. Maybe the second one, if I kind of have to have a taste for it and realize if it's already there. When it's there already and it's perfect, you give it to someone else. That's how you do it. You pour some and you pass it around. Then they give it back to you. You pour some more and you give it to someone else, or you drink yourself. The rules of mate. There are many rules. There are many rules. Like if you're drinking the mate and you pass it to the wrong person, right? Let's say I'm pouring the mate, I'm serving the mate, I am the cebador, right? So I pour some mate here, right? Okay. I give it to you, you drink it, and then you give the mate to someone else, not to me. Then that's bad luck. So you have to kiss the bottom of the mate, and give it back to the person who to the true person who actually is pouring it. that's some magic trick that you have to do if you if you make a mistake. But yeah, most people are put off by having to share this thing. Surely, I was surely put off when I was a little kid. I wouldn't share a bottle. I wouldn't share anything. I wouldn't share a fork. I wouldn't share anything. I wouldn't bite from your bite, and in a cake, in anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's just you just had kind of socially pressured into just going through it. And yeah, start sharing it with my mom, and then you start sharing it with everyone else. Until the pandemic happened, and everyone started not sharing it. Yeah, and now it's really hard. So many people in Uruguay don't share the mate anymore. But yeah, what am I talking about this? What am I talking about? Let's do a game development. You didn't come to mate classes, but yeah, just a little gem there to give you in case you're interested in that. I know many people who do software development kind of have an interest in mate. I don't know. At least that's what I mean. My impression, because everyone seen my mate was, oh, mate. So I have it's an impression, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Could be a true impression. So yes, what are we going to do? Yeah, tonight we have also a we have, I think, the version. I've been testing really hard the version, the latest development version, and the latest development version is quite, it's in a good state, I think. Well, yeah, there you go. So we're gonna use the latest development version. That's what we're gonna use tonight. Yes, we're gonna go for that, and because I think that I haven't yet finished with all of the undo redos, but I have finished with all of the properties and everything related to multi-select. And now I'm going back to things that I was doing before, the action system mostly, so that, the no-code tools for Rogue Engine. And we're going to have that next. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. Very excited. I think if you have really good no-code tools, they are much better than what AI can do. Honestly, like at least in these sort of tools, a really good no-code tool. Think of Photoshop. Things that Photoshop does that maybe are not, we're using certain algorithms to do certain things. Photoshop was doing those things before it had any AI tool or anything. Maybe AI now it's doing some recognition of stuff, maybe, and then doing the generation stuff. But think of tools like the Magic Wand and the algorithmic things like that. That you don't need to do them yourself. It's just there for you. Those kinds of tools and tools like Photoshop, right? And they really make your life easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to have more of that, more of those magic trick tools, because components, I think, have many of those, have a lot of this generation stuff. Many of this procedural stuff, right? That you can add procedural. That's what I mean, right? In a sort of a procedure way. Let's say no. Event way. I mean, there's an order to it, and if you can have a good serialization, like a good way to serialize these things, then it shouldn't be that hard to have, as I'm learning, while I do this, it really shouldn't be that hard to have a really good system, a really solid no code system that you can use without coding, without knowing how to code. And that perhaps if you need something that is outside of the grasp of what you can do with code, without code that the system can do, well, then maybe you can use an AI to create a function, a very small thing, by giving it some context, the little context, and it works. Because over and over again, every time I find myself trying to do anything with AI, I feel like it's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes you get something amazing and you're surprised, and it's like, wow, this thing just gave me an incredible piece of code that I would have taken me like maybe an hour to do, and wow, this happened. Sometimes it's just a little filler code. Okay, instead of spending the next 10 minutes writing this down, just write this down for me. That's good. It's good for that. But then what's going on there in my head? I don't know. But then yeah, and then there's this problem with the AI that sometimes you need something bigger, or that needs more context. Sometimes it doesn't even need that much context. It's just that it doesn't really understand the problem, and it's hard for it to understand the problem. A person really understands the problem, and that's why I'm 100% sure that it will never replace. It's not possible that it will ever replace a good developer. Like someone, even if you have like a junior dev, and you say, okay, it's replacing a really bad junior dev, or like just like a very more or less a junior dev that can do a few things here and there, intermediate stuff here and there. But the moment you need something really good, you need someone who understands, who can sit down and read the thing and say, okay, I know what I'm reading here. I know what I need to do here. And a junior dev can turn into that person. The AI cannot. So that's something else there, right? So, don't stop hiring devs. Don't stop hiring juniors, that you can train and put them in your team. And people always win. People always win. And great people that do great things, they do great things, and they go on to be very successful, and make companies successful, and make projects successful. And so always I think people are the key here, right? People doing their thing. Always put people first. Now wait a second, I think I'm gonna try and turn on another light to test the light in here. Let's just wait a second. Oh, there you go. I think this might be a bit better now. I don't know. We might have some better lighting now. Yeah, I'm just hoping for more light to come from this side now. But I don't know. I'm not feeling that's happening. Let's see. Okay. Let's stop with the BS now. And yeah, I don't know. Is it tracking me? It said tracking enabled, but I'm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I don't want tracking. No, I just wanted to focus there. There you go. If it focuses on the darker side, it should give us better lighting. But yeah, there you go. The lighting there is better, but I don't think it will last a lot. There you go. Okay. Let's begin. Okay. I'm opening things up. You know how I can't share the screen until everything is open, because this thing starts, to do blunders and frame drops, and you won't enjoy it. So yeah, let's. Oh, there's also yeah, there's the code that I was using, the little configurator that I have, that I am working on. You'll probably enjoy seeing that. So I'm going to share it with you. Oh, it's in this other one, yeah. So I'm gonna just copy paste it. I'm moving around through projects. I'm opening and closing projects. So it's best if I do this without sharing the screen first. Yeah, otherwise it's a mess. Really, it's a mess. You don't want that mess, honestly. But yes, let's add this here so that I can show it to you. All right, okay, yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Let's see. It gets dark. You see, sometimes it just loses focus and goes dark. All right. I know what that is. I know what that is. Honestly, I don't know if it's this, if it's the microphone, or if it's the whatever it is. I don't know. But it's like it loses focus. You know, it stops focusing on the darker side. I put the focus in one place, and it says like, no, I don't want to focus there. I'm gonna focus wherever I want. Yeah, I don't know if there's a setting. Maybe there's a setting I can set somewhere. You know, let's just say, okay, focus where I tell you to focus, or not whatever you want to focus on. Maybe there is that kind of focus, but I haven't found it yet. All right, okay. So, yeah, there, it lost the focus again. It's, I don't know. Maybe there. I don't know. If I move this, if I move the microphone here, does it do the same? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want you to lose my voice there, you know. But yeah, okay. Let's just not care about it. Let's move to the screen. Let's take you here. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the configurator. Yeah, you just need the configurator for now. But yes. Whoa. Take you out of here. There you go. All right, so configurator. Okay, so oh no, not this. Okay, here. So the idea is that you'll have something like a file in your project that looks something like this, right? It will be something like this. JSON. I'm still not sure how to call it, how it will be called. I'm still not sure of anything there, but the idea is that this will be sort of a configurator for a component that will define actions for you, right? So this can be set very easily from a UI. So I can create a UI that can define these for you, right? So you can have an event that does certain things. These are some that I've been playing with. This version of the editor, this development version doesn't have the tooling yet, because yeah, that version is pretty broken. but it's a very edge last thing version, right? So yeah, we don't want to use that here in the live stream, otherwise we just, like the last time, we're just gonna break things. So I'm gonna bring in the latest stable version from now on, because otherwise it's a mess. Development version, latest stable-ish development version that I need to test, that I need to stress test, otherwise it's a mess. It's a total mess. Like it's been sometimes, you know. Yeah, we've had this mess of yeah, a terrible mess of things that I'm just bringing in, and this starts breaking. And yeah, so no, I don't want you to think that that's the experience you're gonna have when you open Rogue Engine. But yeah, the idea is I was trying to recreate the bird controller that we did for the Flappy Bird. And so you would be able to add like fields, right? So different fields. And imagine this being a UI where you just simply set, you have a blank UI where you have, well, blank UI. A blank action sheet. Imagine an action sheet, right? You have this thing in front of you, and you can add, say, add field, you know, a button that says add field, and so you add your field there, and your field is called, you know, rapier body, and it's taking the, you know, it's a component field that gets a rapier body type of object from the from the object 3D, from this object 3D, right? So there could be one of these where you can get it from some other object, right? So that's the other thing, right? These fields will create could also create fields within your within the UI of the component, because that's the thing. This will behave like a component, so you can add it like a component to an object, right? And you can create these public fields that you can edit, and you can bring in things there. So a UI would be able to help you create these components, basically, right? You add a field with this thing, with that thing, and then you have different events, like an input event, and you add the input event with this, right? Like this, you say, okay, on update, I want to check the input get down for, tap, and, and if you tap in the screen, I want the action set limvel from the rapier body. That's another thing. Now, the extensions that we bring into the engine, like the rapier body, the rapier package, whereas the rapier body can have an event called set limvel, right? Something like that, and we can use that to create different events or functions, actions. Sorry, not events, actions. I keep saying events, but they're not events; they're actions. Actions that you can simply add to your visually, right? And if we serialize them this way, we can very easily turn them into this sort of component, this configurator, right? Instead of having a component that is a TypeScript component, it's a JSON component. That then a TypeScript class, right? A JavaScript class will simply turn it into a we'll turn it into code, right? We'll serialize it, and we'll decide, okay, this is what it does, this is what it does here, right? We'll call every method needed everywhere, right? So yeah, that's more or less, I think, what we need to do here. So yeah, I think that's a really useful thing. It's a very powerful tool. Imagine how much you will be able to do without the need to write one single line of code, right? And maybe some actions. Maybe you have an action that is not set. Okay, I don't have this action, so you create an action, right? So maybe you come here. That's the other thing I'm working on now, right? So you will be able to say create a file, right, and say call it my action, right, .ts, and I still don't know. I would want it to have a sub a sub like an what's it called, a sub extension here, like a RETS, like this one, or in this case it could be like RF or something, I don't know, rf.ts or function.ts, I don't know, or action.ts, but don't bother me, get out. Oh my god. So you could have like something, say export default function, and call it my action, right? And like this, and maybe you say import all from import. What am I even doing? Yeah, let's just copy paste the stuff from here. Let's just let's just copy all of this. Yeah, let's just copy all of this. Yeah, I'm just writing them down when I could just copy them. This has been lazy, right? Just gonna write them down, all of them. Yeah, so you bring them here and you do, okay, so re dot and well, you don't have one here, but maybe this is called action, right? And so imagine that's a or something like that, right? It's a decorator that we can add called action, and so it'll be an action, right? And now here you write your action down, and it will be saved with this name, right? My action. And now you simply call your action somewhere, and you do something with the action, right? You can pass in parameters, and you can do different things, and you can have a little configurator for your action there. And yeah, that's the idea, right? And so for an AI writing this, it would be a lot simpler than writing a whole component or writing a whole thing. And for a developer, it's a lot easier, right? In general. So it's easier in general. You see what I mean? And it becomes less of a component thing, because I realized that I was thinking about, okay, with an AI or something like that, you could write components. But in truth, it's not really that good at writing components. It's not. But it's really good at doing like small tasks, like small little things that really save up a lot of time. Definitely they do. I mean, if you don't have to think through certain things and you can just let it do them for you, you can focus on things that you really want to focus on. That's a good thing. That's a good use. I'll give it to the AI folk, I'm not a pro AI or an anti AI guy. You know that. I'm a very pragmatic person. Pragmatically, I think this is useful. You write down whatever you want. You can get a component here. You can say maybe the thing I'm thinking of is probably I need to pass here to the action. It will need to have probably the component, right, that it's actually acting on, right, or something like that. So you would need to pass the component that it is, the type of component that it's acting on, or just the component itself. So then you can act on it. Say, okay, component dot, and do whatever you want to do on that component. Maybe you need a specific type of component, right? Maybe you need, I don't know, the game logic. So you use the game logic component that we have here, right? And you say, okay, let's use this thing from game logic, and you have, all the stuff from the game logic there. And the configurator should be able to let you select these things and do these things easily, and actually perform these actions in the right way. Basically that's more or less what I'm trying to achieve here. Hopefully we'll get there. We'll have an interesting development here. Let's delete these. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, let's delete it from here. I think it's faster. Honestly, it's one of the things I think it's one of the things that I don't like about Rogue Engine is the file manager. I'm not a fan of the file manager, and there's many reasons for that. Like, I think the file manager is okay for what we need within Rogue Engine. For anything really file management in general, I would very much use. I very much prefer to use my operating system's file manager, because there are some limitations there on what you can do, and the more you add to the file manager, the more tooling, the faster you try to make the file manager be, the more you have to compromise on other things, the more code you have to add. And I'd rather not add more code and things that you can easily do in your file manager. If it's a compromise there, I think, trying to make a really good file manager versus trying to make also that, focusing on the file manager. I think the file manager is useful for what it needs to be here, right? Which is dropping down things and making them into prefabs, finding things around. We probably need a good search here. There is an indexation going on here, so we have like an indexation of paths in the background. So I could very much use that for search. Now that I'm thinking about it as I say it. I think that's one of the reasons why these live streams are pretty good. This is more like a dev vlog than anything. I guess. That's where my focus is now. We have all of the multi-select stuff going on here. So yeah, you can deselect, you can select, multiple things here like that. I think that's useful. And you can select also here like this, and you see how you can like select two objects and this way, right? And maybe a third one there, and it kind of goes into the middle there. and this is in global, right? But you can also use, if you select global, and you put, say, rotation, right? It will rotate them globally, you see? But if you're in see the world here, I'm looking at this little world here, right? This the one you can press S and change, right? This is if you want to use global or local position. If you set local position, it will just rotate them locally, you see? So you can modify that. You see, you can have the local or, you know, or global there, and they'll use, you know, world positioning or local positioning, basically. And you see the numbers there, right? You see the numbers are different. You can set them all, and you know, you can edit this to make them all maybe be, you know, 2, you know, and then, you know, one of these you can grab maybe, I don't know, rotation here and say that all of them should be, I don't know, 45. I don't know, something like that. Whoa, what happened there? 45. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Well, okay, we found the bug. Nice. So rotation has a problem when we are selecting the rotation there. That's interesting. So, and I hadn't tried that. That's interesting. So if we select rotation here, okay. Okay, so I need to do more work here. More work. 45. Yeah, this works here. So it doesn't like it when yeah, it didn't like that. It definitely didn't like that. Because you can do it. I mean, let's say with position, right? If you want to say 1, it's only with rotation. There's something with the rotation. I think it's because the rotation is it's trying to be set at the same time. So it's like a how do you call it, a run condition, a race condition, you know, where the rotation is being set just as you are trying to set it yourself. So that's creating like a fight between them. I think that's what's going on. I think I could be wrong though. If I this one is 0. This is the same for everyone. If I change this one, look at that. It just changed it to 1, probably one of them, and not all of them. No, it actually changed them all of them. Because it was just one number, probably, I don't know. But it didn't like it. Oh, I think I know what it could be. Right, because here's the thing. Rotation has a particularity. The rotation is actually set in the object. Rotation is set in radians. And we here, and here what I'm displaying, right? What I'm letting you see here, this is degrees, right? So I'm doing a translation there between degrees and radians. So that's probably what's causing the issue. The issue must be that in that transformation, it's generating a race condition where in multi-select, it's transforming one, but not all of them at the same time, right? Because it's probably the input event that is not being sent to everyone at the same time. So one of them changes, not all of them change at the same time. That could be the issue. That could be the case. Yeah, that could very much be the case. Because there is a transformation going on there in the middle, and I think the transformation going on there is happening afterwards. It's not happening in the input itself. It is happening afterwards, and I think that's what's causing the problem. Yeah, that's probably it. And this could be, I don't remember if this was one of them, but I did change some components from Svelte 4 to Svelte 5. I am hating Svelte 5. Oh my god, I'm hating Svelte 5. I'm so sorry, the Svelte community. I know there are lots of people there in the Svelte community get very mad when you say, oh, yeah, I don't like Svelte, and go, oh, you skill issue, this and that. No. Svelte 5 sucks. I don't like it. It's too... It went from being magic and being incredibly nice to being just this React-ish thing. It feels like React people started doing Svelte. That's how it feels to me. It's still better than React. It is still better than React. That's the only reason why I keep using it. But this change made me think twice about using Svelte and make me really consider just going full vanilla and grab everything I have Svelte and turn it into vanilla. It really made me consider that. The hierarchy, this hierarchy you see here, this is all vanilla. This is full vanilla. And the reason it's vanilla is because it's the fastest. It's super fast. And it's not that bad. It's really, the code itself is not too bad. It's just one class. I mean, I could separate. I need to separate. I need to do some refactoring there. I did it, like, it was a tough job, definitely, because I needed to redo a bunch of shit that I had. I translated a bunch of React stuff that I had. Basically moved it around like it was a rewrite, not a translation. But yeah, I had to move a lot of things from there. And honestly, I feel like I should do everything on vanilla, because I can't trust, every time something changes and I need to kind of think of, oh, can Svelte handle it this way? Can't Svelte do it? And now everything's different, It's like, no. And I need to use the UI component somewhere, and it's like, I need to think about the whole Svelte 4, Svelte 5 things compatible yet still, because some things, although they are backwards compatible with Svelte 4, it feels very scalable to just use the Svelte 4 stuff. How long will it be supported? How long the Svelte 4 ways will be supported? And then we have to go to use runes, and that's it. And runes, I think ruined it. I think they ruined it. I'm sorry, but I think they ruined it. I don't like it. I really like how this is made, how this is built. The reason I haven't separated this thing, I might show it to you sometime. It's a very nice component there. It's pure web component. It's just creating a hierarchy component, and the hierarchy component itself is just doing everything for you. And it has a node component, and then it has there's the hierarchy, self-hierarchy window itself, the node component, and it's just doing that. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It works amazing. It's so fast. I mean, it's extremely fast. And I really like it. I really, really like it. I needed it to be super fast because it was having lots of issues with React. It was so slow with React. Yeah, and vanilla is so fast, and you can keep adding things, like you can shoot stuff. You see how well, let me refresh this. But also, like, yeah, there's the other thing, right? I tried to we used to have there was one user who gave me this big component and say, wow, I add this big component that has this massive hierarchy. He had bought like this massive scene, a GLTF file, this blend scene, right? And turned it into a GLTF file and imported it into Rogue Engine. And told me, like, I can't open the thing. It's too big. And so I brought it in here, I said, let's try it again. Let's try until this thing can open. I realized that I couldn't do it with React. It was impossible to make it fast enough and make it work with the whole thing, because that's the thing. You have to do it the React way, and it has to be React everything, so it's really hard to integrate with anything. So I said, okay, let's just do a vanilla component and try. And the moment I just did, the first draft of that, it was so fast. It was ridiculous. Like, I asked myself, like, why the fuck am I using React? Why? I mean, what is it even doing for me when this is so easy? And yeah, it has, this little, simplicities, that you can do with the, templating and all that. But then it's so easy to template with nowadays. You have extensions that highlight even the strings of HTML. So, and you don't even need that. You can just use, you create the div and just add stuff to that div, like we do in the UIs here in Rogue Engine in general. I wouldn't recommend anyone using any framework nowadays. I can't really. The only one I can recommend for a fact is saying, okay, It's not my favorite, because my favorite is like Svelte 4. But I can't say that Svelte is my favorite now. I don't know. I can say that the most stable one you can use is Vue. Go for that. If you want to use a framework, because that's stable. That's like, okay, that's not going to just backstab you with, you know, this new change that's going to change everything, is a new way of doing things in the web and all that. No. Yeah. Use for longevity, use Vue, or yeah, either use Vue or use or go vanilla. Go vanilla, and let's go vanilla. I mean, just, yeah. Well, I'm gonna see if I can like just get a proper vanilla process set up here to do everything vanilla, and really go, you know, show you how it is. Because honestly, I think if people knew how easy it was, they wouldn't even be using React and all these things. Like, really, like, seriously, like there's no reason to use these frameworks if you know how to use vanilla. Like I said, the best part of the engine, the fastest and most brilliant code I have is this hierarchy, and it's vanilla. And it's really hard. I mean, it's not a simple thing, right? Because it has to do so many things. This thing has to do so many things. And yeah, I should have built the inspector in vanilla because it would be so much faster. But it's built in Svelte, and it's really fast with Svelte, don't get me wrong. But it could be even faster with vanilla. And yeah, it definitely is faster than it was with React. This was built with React, all of it, like all the inspector, and it was garbage. It was absolute garbage. It was the slowest inspector. Like, you would really have to, like, whenever values would start moving around, like, everything would start, you know, stuttering. And yeah, but this would be so much faster. You wouldn't have any issues with 99% of things at all if this was all just vanilla. So I am in the process of considering turning everything vanilla. Like, just say, okay, no more frameworks. Fuck UI frameworks. Go away. I don't need you anymore. And just decide, okay, let's go full on vanilla. And yeah, I'm in the process of considering that. Probably the file manager will be one of the first. The inspector maybe, because it's the one I'm working on, doing lots of work on, and I'm hating it. So yeah, this is probably one of the first targets here to set. But yeah, so that's some of the first chapter of the live stream, doing dev vlogging for you, a bit of history of things, documenting perhaps some of the development of Rogue Engine, how things are going, and why I'm doing some stuff, and how I'm thinking through about these things. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's nice. I'm enjoying myself so far, just talking these things out, because I feel like it's good to document them. Perhaps someone will enjoy them. I really don't know. I really don't know if we have anyone here. Oh, we have a couple of people there. It's a couple of people, where maybe like 3 people, counting YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, there's always someone around there on Twitch somewhere, sometimes. So yeah, that's very nice. Thank you for being there, everyone, and don't forget to give me a like, to subscribe, and all that. Oh my god, the focus on this thing, that just doesn't focus. It's just, yeah, I really wish it would just stay there, the focus thing, because here's the thing, right? It has this yellow circle thing that decides to move around. Yeah, no, it says selfie on. Yeah, no, I don't know what the selfie thing is. Selfie? I don't want no selfie, no. Because it's okay, it's looking in front. That's why. Okay, because it's looking at me and the camera's looking at me. Yeah. Then I need yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't want to be touching this thing while I'm live, probably. I'm gonna be making a mess here, but yeah, I don't want to do any sort of mess. But yeah, I don't know if it's got something to do with the lighting. If it's got something to do with the yeah, there is just doing exposure. I don't even know what I'm touching here. Image adjustment. What? Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. So let's, yeah. Yeah, I should probably look into this later on, but I really don't want it to be bothering, you know. Yeah, it has some pro settings and some like I don't even know what this is. It should probably be should not be touching it, but I touch it anyway because yeah, why? Oh, focus mode continuous, single. Autofocus operations continuous. Product showcase. Single. Let's see. Will it work if I do single? Like, okay, if I put it there, will it stay there? That's all I want, right? There you go. Can you stay there? Focus, please. Just don't move. Let's see. Let's see if it will stay there. I feel like it just goes to one place and then moves around. I don't know. And goes dark. It goes dark. The image goes like, eh. Yeah, but I don't know. I think if I put my hand forward, it just goes dark. See, I don't know. There you go. Something around there. Yeah, I know, probably a bit further up, down, maybe there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want it to track me. Don't track me. There you go. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't care anymore. Okay. Who knows what this thing is doing? I'm gonna have to like learn a bit more about the focusing of this thing because honestly, I'm still learning a bit, and it has some very complex functions there that I really don't know anything about. Yeah, and I feel like when I put the finger forward, then it just goes dark. It just goes dark. It forgets about where it has to focus on. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and put the other one, like instead of the single, I'm gonna use the product showcase one here. Let's see if it works there. Maybe it stays there. I don't know. Nah, it moves. It moves. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Honestly. Let's just leave it there. I think it's the exposure thing mostly. I don't think it's the focus because the focus thing moves around. I don't want it to follow my focus. Whenever I move around, I want to be following my hand. I'd much rather kind of focus this on this darker side, so it unifies everything. But yeah, it won't. It doesn't, at least for now. But yeah, let's hope it will start behaving soon. All right. Focus on the task at hand, and let's do some more development now. Let's do some development. We haven't done any development. Let's do some development. Yeah, yeah, should we do some development? Let's do some development. What we're going to do is we are going to come here. We're going to test something. Sorry, I got a message. It's just very quick. Let me see. There's nothing urgent. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I have my phone now because I don't know if you remember. Previously, I was using before I got the camera. I was using my phone as a webcam, and that was a mess. Because I got a message or something, you know, maybe my wife needed something, you know, and it was telling me, okay, I need to, you know, come through, you know, or something, you know. She didn't want to interrupt me, and I was like totally isolated. And yeah, but it's all good now. Okay, yeah, there's no worry about image or anything anymore now, and focus on what we need to focus on. Let's do game development. Yes, that's what you came here for. That's what you're gonna get now. So, yes, what are we going to do? Okay, so what do we have? We have a game. We have a game. We have some, at least, mechanisms that will lead to having an interesting sort of game. We have energy weapons. We have upgrades. We have guns. We have stuff like that, right? And we're you know, attacking enemies. How cool is that? How cool is that? I mean, this is really cool. We have the health bars, energy weapon. There you go. Look at that. Oh, I love the health bar in it, honestly. Like, I really love how it does. So what we're going to do is we should probably add some sort of what are we missing here? So some things that I thought of that are missing here are, first of all, having hit particles for the laser beam and for the which is different. The laser beam, remember, is different than the gun itself, right? Because the laser beam doesn't have a projectile, so it will need another system for that. But the other projectile, like the gun itself, like the bullet, I mean, we don't need anything for the bullet itself. So we need a laser beam. Oh, sorry, the the laser beam laser beams hit particles, right? The hit system. And then we need oh my god, I'm not showing you anything. See, that's the thing. Since I don't have fucking hell. Since nobody's there, nobody's telling me, you're not showing us anything. Yeah. So I'm just, okay, I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna show you now for real, right? What I'm talking about. I was talking, I was explaining things, showing you the hierarchy and a whole bunch of things. And I don't know if I was actually showing you anything. I hope that happened before I start showing you things in the camera. Oh, I hope that's the case, because I really don't know. My goodness. It's, yeah, that's one of the top things of streaming for nobody, right? This, unless you have somebody watching to tell you things like, hey, you're not doing this, or the audio is crap. Is the audio okay? There you go. I think the audio is fine. Yeah, it's shit. It's garbage, really. I fucking hate it. But yeah, hopefully it will change soon in the future. But yeah, yeah, I thrive with people nagging me, I guess. All right. All right. So let's focus on what's the task at hand here. Let's see if I can make this thing a bit smaller so we can have better yeah, I would very much like for this thing to be less obstructive. But no, yeah, no. Who cares anymore? Really? Who really cares anymore about that? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, I'm moving around the little, I have this restream stuff that's moving around because it doesn't dock anymore. I don't know why they decided that this will not dock anymore. This will just stay moving around and you can't dock it. Yeah, I don't know why they did it this way. They changed it. Oh no, I can dock it now. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. I could dock it and I didn't know. Ah, that's so bad. I could actually just dock it. I needed to double click it. Okay, I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. And don't listen to anything I say. This is so easy now. Okay. Because I had like 3 different windows moving around. Now it's easier. Now my life is like 100 times easier. Okay. So let me show you the game again because you couldn't see it. Okay, we have these waypoints that are the waypoints for where the enemies can move around, right? So these are the list of waypoints that we have, right? So the enemies are going to move through these waypoints, right? And these waypoints are, when the waypoints are set in order here in this here in this list. And then we have the current wave that we're setting here, which is simply dropping a bunch of enemies and saying, okay, just drop this enemy here and all that. And the enemies, so what happens is when we hit play, right, the enemies show up in order, right? They have there's an interval in which they appear. We can add guns and we can, upgrade them. We can have, them shoot a bunch of enemies. And you see how we have hit particles for the cannon, but we don't have any hit particles for the gun, right? So say if I get the cannon and get an energy weapon there, you see how the cannon does this particle system for the cannon. It really does add some very cool stuff to it, right? How cool does that look, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it looks really nice. It looks really nice. So we need more of that. We need more of that, and we need probably need some more feedback. One thing we need. Okay, so in order, what we need. Number one, we need what's the name? Yeah, the number one thing we need. What's it? What is it? The hit particles for the bullets, right? For the bullet. So we should probably have some kind of hit particle that we can reuse for different sort of bullets. So that we add another type of bullet, an enemy that shoots or something like that. We can have like all of them have the same bullets. And what else? Then what else we have? Oh, we have Sam there. How's it going, mate? Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, mate. Nice to have you here. You're the one person on Twitch, probably. I don't know if we have any more people on Twitch. So thank you for being there, mate. Yeah, we're probably like, with you, counting you, we're probably, 5 people here? Yeah, maybe 5 people. So very nice to have a bit of an audience. Always, grateful for having one person watching, honestly, that it's not me on my monitor there. So yeah, also the monitor is so far away, so I can barely see the numbers. So yeah, it's very far away from me. But yeah, thank you for being there. Don't forget to leave a like there or follow. On Twitch, you can leave a follow there on Twitch, and it's very much appreciated. I'm trying to get to 50. I'm trying to, push through, and to get to the affiliate thing, I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for being there, and hopefully we can get there. And the promise is that when I get to 50, I'm going to release this I'm going to use this to build some template to have a tower defense game for everyone to kind of play with. So build your own tower defense, right? It'd be nice to have a bunch of people building different types of tower defense, maybe some versus tower defense, and I don't know, it's just building your own thing. But yeah, let us know where you're watching us from, mate. Let us know what time is here where you are, and Oh, right. Alrighty. Yes. So we have this. Oh, OBS is hating me right now. He's doing some. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having trouble with my thing here. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, some stuff about the multi-select. Yeah, I'm doing some more vlogging here. I'm sorry, some more their vlog here. I added these two components just to show you, like the multi-select. Now that it works perfectly, just you select a bunch of things, like select number 2, 1, 2, 3, and it tells you that the test component is for base 1. You see, so that you can, even though you're selecting 3 components where there's just one component there in only one of these, it's telling you where it's from. So if you select like until group here, where group has a test component, it's telling you, okay, this is a test, this is the test component for base 1 and group. You see, so you have this very simple thing, right? But it's very, very simple. But I guess it's super useful. I don't know. I found that this was a problem for me, and I added it because it kind of tells you, okay, where's the change happening? And yeah, so if you change this, it will change in both of them, right? And that's what you want, right? Now it's one there and one here, right? And if you have a second test component, say this one, I add the test component here, right? So there's 1 and 2, right? So if we select base 1, it'll have like the number 1, the first test component will be the one that both of them share, and the second one will be the one in group only, right? Because base 1 doesn't have a group component. So I think that's super useful, right? I think that's super useful. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you find that useful as well. Bobinski, showing here. How's it going? Hi. Can you share a video of indie game and get your opinion on how it looks? It's short. Yeah, probably share it with me. Send me a DM on Blue Sky. You can find me on Blue Sky. It's beardscript there, and you can send me a DM there on Blue Sky or on probably the best way, or you can also send it on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a what's it the I am not a game expert or anything, honestly. So I don't know how my advice can be that big. Honestly, if you share with me there on Blue Sky, I'll repost it. Definitely. So okay, let me see this. Wait a second. I can't open Chrome here. That's a problem. But look, if I open Chrome, this thing goes, nuts. So let me close this here. I'm gonna watch it here. Every time I open this thing, OBS doesn't like it. OBS doesn't like me to share my screen and open Chrome. I know it's something with my system. I don't know what it is. It doesn't like it, but let's watch it. Let's watch it. Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Oh, it's looking really cool, man. Very, very nice. Oh, I love the roll. It has this rolling. The character rolls. Very, very nice. Dialogue system's really cool. I like, you have like these select things. Very, very nice, man. Yeah. Also, the art is very it's very consistent, right? And it has the very nice, unique style. Oh, there's fighting as well. You can attack, so it's like it's cool, right? So you can like it's like, well, you're not showing the battle there itself, but it's really nice. It's like in a school, you're someone in a school, you're like this kid in a school. So it's very, 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 very nice, honestly. Very, very cool. Episode 1, The Apocalypse. Very, very cool, man. Very nice game. Sorry, I can't open it here like for everyone, because the yeah, Chrome yeah, it's honestly, every time I do that, like Chrome goes nuts, and the audio goes crazy. So I need to figure out, you know, all the little settings there, but I really liked it. I like the yeah, it's there in the oh yeah, because we have Nikadi asking, can you post it here? You can see there in the let me post it myself here, so you can all see it. And on all of the yeah, I'm gonna post it myself, so that it's going to be both on Twitch and on YouTube, and everyone can see it. All right. But yeah, I think it's really nice. I think it's really cool. You have I think you have a very homogeneous and how you say, consistent style. Like the styling's really good. The graphics look really nice, you know, in general, which is important for art to be, I think, consistent. And you know, and it's a definitely original and nice looking. You know, it looks very nice, and I really like it. I really liked it. I think it's a and I'm saying this. I'm not a fan of turn-based fighting myself. Like for me, for fun, right? Me personally, for fun, playing around. I don't really like just playing with the turn-based thing. I think I burned myself playing Pokemon way too much. You know, Pokemon Red, Pokemon, all those old Pokemon games. So yeah, I probably yeah, that's why, probably Final Fantasy, play too much of it, you know, just, you know, it's but yeah, so I usually choose all the things myself, and but I really like the art style, and I love the role thing. Yeah, if very cool, Babinski. Very, very, very nice game you have going on there, and I really wish you the most success with it. You know, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You have some really nice comments there as well, guys. So, very cool, very cool, very cool. I like that you're sharing stuff about your game. You know, you're saying you're testing school level when you're in the game. You know, and just sharing it. That's very important. You know, just sharing what you're doing while you're doing it. You know, building these things in public. You know, they call it building in public now. You know, instead of calling it like you know, just sharing your stuff as you're building. I guess I don't know how that, you know, what that is, honestly. But yeah, I think what you're doing is really nice, and you have something going on there. So yeah, keep at it, mate. Keep at it, and keep sharing your clips with the world. Keep sharing your stuff. Yeah. I plan on making it roguelike as well if you choose instead of turn-based, because I know a lot of people don't like turn-based. Well, it depends. I don't know. I don't know if I would do that, honestly. Like, I think it's broadening that much, because it's a whole different game, right? That would change your mechanics a lot, honestly. There are many people who are big fans of turn-based. Okay, yeah. Well, if it's already implemented, that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. Like personally, I would very much go one style and focus on that style, and give, you know, that style the best, because some people are really big fans of turn-based. Like I know people who actually love turn-based, or you know, WoW style fighting, you know, and that, you know, it's not turn-based but it's turn-based, you know, kind of real-time turn-based kind of thing. That is, you know, it's not it's real-time turn-based, you know what I mean? Like it's actually just rolling the dice every time and things like that. And you know, and the attack has a certain, you know, frame for each attack and all that, you know. But you know, there's timing, there's the animation, there's just repetitive. like a turn base, but yeah, and there's the real time sort of like, say, Witcher style, right? Witcher, where you know, like Witcher 3 style, which is called it, right? Because Witcher 1 is different. But say like a real time hack and slash kind of game that's different, action based. You know, if you just focus on one, right, and I think that gives you the best chances of, you know, finding that niche and actually going for that niche. But I don't know. That's very, you know, it's just an opinion. Don't trust my opinion on that. Go with your gut and do whatever you want to do. I think that's the whatever brings you more fun, enjoyment, and and once you keep doing it, don't drown on my opinion or on anyone's opinion. Definitely, just, you know, it's just opinions. Do whatever you want. I love it too. That's why I want to add both. The goal of the game is for the playthrough to be completely different for everyone. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's your whatever angle you have there. It's your definitely what, like I said, whatever gives you more fun, whatever once you if whatever keeps you developing the game and keeps you interested in making the game, do it. You know, at the end of the day, whatever you do that you really love doing, if you don't have anything out there, if you don't pull it out because you don't want to, but definitely don't focus on what people want. Focus on what you really like, and you want to do and keep building, and that's, I think, what's going to pull you through. Otherwise, you're just not going to get anything out there. Just keep you know, adding stuff instead of publishing stuff. So do whatever keeps you publishing something soon and fast, and that's what's gonna help you get also feedback soon, and, you know, more than just people watching a video, because you really get the feel of a game when you go in and play, you know. Having some one level that people can play and like that and all that. But yeah, okay, let's go back to developing here, because otherwise, you know, we're deviating so much. Say awesome, thank you. Can I see your games? Yeah, I'm gonna show it here now. I'm gonna show a bit of the this is a tower defense we're building. It's actually a template that we're building for this. So this is using all the assets are from Quaternius. Right, all the assets are from Quaternius.com. Quaternius is a great artist. He does all of these assets for free. These assets are Creative Commons, so you can use them in your game. So go there, and if you like his assets and you're using them, give him, you know, some donation, join his Patreon. Very nice lad, you know, support the artists and people building amazing stuff for free for everyone. And we're using this to make a template for a tower defense game for Rogue Engine. So the idea is that then you'll have some sort of a template that you can use to build tower defense games and of any sort. And for now, what we have is a system of waypoints, where you have waypoints in the scene, right? And you can sort of move around these waypoints, a row of enemies that move around, and you can set in different bases your towers, right? And you can upgrade them, and you can do all sort of stuff with them. So, you know, you can have like this gun here, you know, and you can upgrade it. You can have a cannon that, you know, sort of, you know, does all these things, and you have this energy weapon as well. So yeah, that's more or less what we're trying to build here. It's a template system, a template for a tower defense that people can build themselves. That's more or less the idea here. Hopefully people will find it useful and will want to build stuff with it. I'm hoping that after I release it, you know, people start building some fun, you know, spin-offs of this, you know, with their own art and their own things, you know, and that's more or less what I'm hoping on. Yeah. So it's not really a game. It's a game. We're building a tower defense game. You know, space, robots, and probably gonna make a humans versus robots thing with the, you know, very popular AI thing we have now. We can do robots versus humans. We are the humans with our turrets, and, you know, and then the robots coming in trying to, you know, pass through, and we're trying to stop them, something like that. And but yeah, we're gonna we're gonna do some fun things here. Yeah, let's drink some mate. Oh, this thing goes cold after. I forget to drink and then it goes cold and it's like, yeah, it's not cool. When it goes cold, it's not good. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's fun. I think it's fun. I think people are gonna have some fun playing with this and just building. It's fairly easy to do. It's fairly easy to use, right? The idea is that to make it easy to use. Right now we have okay. Let's go back to what we were doing. So we were looking at this and we're saying, okay, so the bullet, right? Right now we have I think in the prefabs, did I put the bullet in the prefabs here? Did I have, yeah, the bullet's here. So we have the bullet here. We need a shoot particle for the a hit particle for the bullet. Doesn't have a hit particle. We have a hit particle for the explosion. Sorry for the missile. It's the same. You see, it's the same component, the same projectile component. So it's a drag and drop projectile component. Change the values. I created a very simple component here so that it can be reused very easily. And yeah, and the hit particles for the bullet, we don't have them yet. So we should create something for them, something simple at least, based on the explosion probably. Yeah, we have the explosion for our. Do we have? Wait, am I focusing on the right place there? Oh, yeah, we need to be further away. We need to be further away to look at it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So we can loop it. Yeah, that's what it's doing basically. So we need some kind of hit particles, something we can apply when you hit an enemy. Something I thought of, that's something we could do perhaps. It's just grab this explosion, right? Just grab this and remove it, right? We duplicate, Control D to duplicate, then we remove the original, and now we have a totally separate explosion object here. And maybe if we just grab this and we make it smaller, very, very tiny, Oh, no, sorry, yeah. Let's just play it a bit. And maybe we can make it like, how it's maybe last a lot less, like 2, 3, maybe 1 and 3 there. And no. Duration, well, yeah, probably something like that. We need it to be very fast, maybe. Well, duration, maybe, yeah, 2, 3 there, because we want it to be a lot faster. We want it to be maybe 0.8 the max life. Oh, this is how long it goes, right? How far it goes. And yeah, we should probably have a bit more of a yellowish tone here, right? Again, like more yellow. So we wanted to have some more of the yellow stuff. Yeah, there. And what else do we want? Yeah, it's okay to have some grayish stuff there. And we probably want, yeah, we want a bit of a fade, but not too much. And let's make it emission over time. Probably need a lot less for a hit particle. So we can go with 10. Maybe, or 20 at most. But we're going to make it a lot tinier. Like, we really want to make it tiny, this thing, So the size is going to be 1 and 2, maybe. And maybe instead of the red thing, we want to have a orange-ish thing. Maybe. Is it really taking the colors there? Oh, yeah, we need to reset it to replay it to get the colors in. Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. That's nice. Looks nice there, right? I like it. I fancy it. I think it's nice. So yeah, there you go. I think this is cool. This is nice. We can make it last a lot less. I think we should make it last a lot less. Maybe, yeah, it should probably be faster as well. Like, because this won't loop, right? This will be like a boom, boom. You see that? I know it's hard to look at because we're far away, but this is how much it will last, right? Oh, further away, sorry. Closer. And it's nice because it's random, right? It's a bit random. It's a bit random there. Okay, it's nice. Okay, it's good. It's good. We wanted maybe min size 1, max speed 20. Let's do it faster. I think it needs to be faster. I think it needs to be 20 and 30. Let's go with that. Let's see. Yeah, it needs to be like sparks, like proper sparks, because the other one was smoke and fire, right? But this one's sparks, right? So, yeah. And probably we don't want this material. We probably want the original the original materials for the particles. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna come here to the package, to the where is it? The raw quarks package in the raw packages, raw quarks package here. We're gonna grab the full particles. We can add it here. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're going to use the what are we going to use? Yeah, we're going to use this. This is 1010, and we're going to use which one? Let's play a bit. Let's play a bit and see which one we can use. This is a 0, right? This is the first one. Is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7. Oh, where are we? There? No. Let's see what else. No, none of these. None of these. No, 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 no. No, no. 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 Oh, we're back. We're back to the start. Okay, no. Yeah, no, we're back to the start. I know there was this sort of. Isn't this one the one I like? I usually use that one for sparks, but I don't know if it's no, it's not this one. No. I think this one's cool, right? This one's nice for sparks, right? This one's nice for sparks. Let's could be that, right? But maybe we make it like, because it's gonna be from far away, right? So we could do it like size 0.5 and 1, right? And yeah, because you'll see the particles like this, right? We can test it anyway. We can test it, and when we see it in the game, we'll realize if it's the thing we want or not. But yeah, we need to remember not to save here, right? We can't save here because we don't have the actual prefab. So here what we're going to do, we're going to call this yeah, we're going to come here to our prefabs folder, and we're going to call this bullet hit. Okay, we'll call it that. We're just going to save it here as a prefab. Okay, and we're going to open that prefab. Okay, bullet hit. I'm just going to open that prefab. All right. Oh, sorry. There you go. Okay, so there you go. Now what we do is, yeah, we exit here, and oh yeah, we need to come to the bullet, and now we add here the so we just double click the bullet, and now we could bullet hit and use it as a hit particle. And yeah, we'll see it in action. Yeah, we save it, exit, and now we'll see it in action. We'll see if we like it or not. Let's add a gun. There you go. You can see it there. Can you see it? I think it's a bit small to see it. Ah, it looks nice. It looks nice. It looks like it's hitting something. I like that. Look at it. Boom. You know, it's like hit something. I like that. It looks nice. I'm afraid, I don't know if it's, yeah, I like it. I like it. I think it needs to be faster though. I think it needs to be faster. I think it needs less life, right? No, not the explosion. The bullet hit. I think it needs to be slightly faster. Probably let's get closer here. Probably less of a radius. Less of a radius. Definitely shouldn't travel that far. It shouldn't travel that far. So let's give it a duration of 1, maybe? I don't know. I think, no, is the duration? No, duration is not going to change anything probably, is it? No. Duration is not doing anything here for this. In this case, it's not really doing anything. Let's just keep duration of 2 is fine. But what we want to do is we want to minimum speed, max life, 1 and 5. Let's go with that. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, that's definitely reducing the travel. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because if we add, like, if we say 2 here, right? We're going to have some particles traveling a lot far away, right? So we want to reduce the lifetime to 0.5, 0.4 maybe, something like that. Yeah, and let's make it faster. Let's go with the where's the speed? Where's the speed? Speed. Max speed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need like 50 probably, 30 and 50 or maybe, yeah, something like, yeah, we need fast. We need fast. We need something that is, like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Sparks, sparks. We need sparks. There you go. All right. Let's go on upgrade. There you go. Let's see. There you go. I like that. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. That's exactly what we want. So, fast particles go in there. And did I save this thing, right? I saved it. Yeah, right. Yeah, I saved it. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we have head particles for the bullet. And yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Now, okay, what else do we need? So we have particles for the bullet. Now, head particles for the missile, head particles for the bullet. They are looking nice, right? They are looking nice. We have a gun, we can upgrade it. We have a cannon, we can upgrade it, and they all do like particles, and they're looking nice. We'll need to do a head particle thing for the laser. I don't know, maybe. I guess. But we don't have that yet. We need to kind of, but something else we need. Okay, let's start listing up the things we need. We need hit particles for the you need hit particles for the laser. We need to add that system because that's a different system, remember. How are we doing that? How are we doing that, by the way? Guys, I don't even remember how we're doing this. Let's do laser. I know that it's a thing that we're like extending the laser because the laser is let's grab the laser tower 1 just so we have it here. So the laser, the way it works, is just this. Why am I doing this? I have, okay, Martin, you have a prefab editor. Please use it. Yeah, I called myself my name's Martin, by the way. My name's Martin. Yeah, so you have it there. Yeah, everyone calls me Beard, but I'm Martin. Yeah, so we have a beam here, and this is the thing, we are extending this, right? So the way we're doing this is we're extending this, we're scaling it this. No, not that way. That way. Is it what's going on there? Oh yeah, we're not. I don't have the undo for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. No problem. That's no problem. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. We need to put this at 0. Yeah. Yeah. Why is it doing this? Oh, it's changing the position. Yeah, it shouldn't be changing the position. Yeah, but well, okay. We are scaling. Yeah, okay. We found another bug. So rotation bug, and there's a problem with the scale tool. Okay, we just saw that. Brilliant. So we're just scaling this beam thing, and it's being rotated and moved around by the shooting tower thing, right? So it's simply going here and saying where's the beam. So you can select in the shooting tower thing, you have a projectile you can set. If you don't set a projectile, you can set a beam. So the beam is simply an object within your scene that it will go and expand the positive Z or C angle in it, and the C angle, the axis on it, and it's simply going to scale it on the Z axis, and depending on where you are in the world, and and yeah, that's what's going to create the beam basically, and it's going to rotate it and it's going to flash it like you see how how the beam flashes, but it's simply this mesh thing, right? Like it has 2 planes that have this thing there, right? That's all it is. It's very simple. You see that, right? But it looks very nice from far away, right? It looks nice. You see? Also, when you're flashing it and you're like, when you're flashing it and like rotating it, it looks cool, looks nice. That's how you do muzzle flashes, by the way. It's a muzzle flash basically. That's how you do the muzzle flash. Like a very efficient, and you can do muzzle flashes in many ways. But that's my favorite way because it looks very nice. It's very efficient. It looks random, but it's not. You know, so that's the thing, right? It has to look random, but it doesn't need to be random. It can just be treachery, and you know that's your eyes. You know, that's the thing. The other day I listened to this talk by I listened to a bit of Tim Sweeney's talk with Lex Friedman there, and one thing I saw, like they were focusing a lot on the how real a game looks, and how how precise something looks, and how that how it looking real somehow was the important thing, you know. I beg to differ. I think it's nice to have something a game that looks very real. I think it's nice. I love playing games that look very real and all that. But I don't play a game because it looks so real and because the graphics are so impressive. That's not the reason in that sense, because impressive because they look real. Lex said something that to me was extremely ridiculous. Like he said, oh, because if we don't see certain details in faces and things that we don't think is human, or we don't. I mean, have you ever watched anime? They are not human. They very much look human to us. I mean, your eyes can be tricked very easily. You're saying like, oh no, if the light doesn't hit in a certain way in the skin, that it doesn't look human. No, I mean no. I mean, people. I mean, there's people who actually masturbate to anime. Okay, and we know this for a fact. So you don't even need real things to get aroused. Just to give you an idea of how crazy this is. You know, that's how far we're going. It's sexual arousal attached to anime. You see what I mean? To drawings, right? So if one of the primal human things, right, which is sexuality, sexual arousal, and these things, doesn't need that, then you realize that really, your mind can be tricked very easily. And you don't really need reality. You don't need something that looks so real. Immersion can happen with so few things. You don't need much for immersion. Anyone who's used to Quest has played a stupid little game that has maybe, a box and a few things, and maybe you look around, you feel like, wow, you're there. You're in a world where there's just boxes and plain colors, and you don't need the light focusing on certain things you feel is real. No, you're there. It's VR. Anyone who's used a decent VR headset has felt that way. And the important thing is that you can actually move around. It's smoothness is what makes it real in that case, right? And in the game, you can play Mario. You can play the first Mario. They were talking about Famicom, NES Mario, and feel immersed in the experience of being a plumber, jumping around, eating mushrooms, and growing up and tripping, I guess, because that's what Mario does, right? He trips. Okay, I was just checking the audio. Sorry, I just stopped just to check the audio because nobody's talking in the chat. Nobody's saying anything. But let me know in chat. Let me know there in chat if you're watching this. If you're still there. If you're still following me here. Let me know. Do you need for a game to be real? Do you really need a game to be, graphics to be real in order to have fun? What's the purpose of games? Is the purpose of games to be real, or is the purpose of them to entertain you and be fun? Do you only enjoy things if they are, very realistic? Or do you use games because you use games to go into reality, or do you use games to escape reality and to go into a fun world where you're just having fun and doing things? I mean, when you play, have you ever played Vice City? Doesn't it give you the feeling that you're in a real city? So if you play if you play GTA 5, and then you go and play Vice City, do you feel like because the graphics are worse, then it's a worse game, and you're not having as much fun? Is that real? Is that a real thing? Or is the game fun because the game is fun? And because the mechanics are great? So I beg to differ, Lex. I beg to differ. And I very much beg to differ. I think games are fun because they're fun. Otherwise, the game, I just reviewed a game for someone came here and showed me a game, like just Bobinski here showed us there I share the YouTube link to Bobinski's game. It's a 2D game. It's an isometric perspective, I think, 2D game, something like that. And I don't remember exactly I think it's isometric. I remember it being isometric, but I'm sorry if I'm making a mistake. I think it's either top-down isometric, something like that. But hey, Pokemon Red view, right? Game Boy Advance Pokemon. Tell me you can not go and have fun with the Pokemon Red right now. Tell me you can't. No, you're going to have a lot of fun. And you're not even... And it's a turn-based game. I don't really like playing turn-based game anymore. But hey, you know what? I know if I sit down and start playing Pokemon Red again, and not just because of nostalgia, because it's a great game. You give anyone that game, it's going to have fun. You're going to have fun because it's a fun game. That's a game needs to be. It's fun because the game is fun, because it has fun mechanics, because it's... Otherwise, nobody would play Candy Crush. Are those real candy? Do they look like real candy? No, the light doesn't shine on them. Bullshit. Absolute garbage argument. Non-argument. Is it nice to have an experience with something that looks real? Yes. Really cool that you can do some impressive math things. But if your game is shit, I don't care about your graphics. You can have incredible graphics and you can have an impressive thing. That's the problem with the industry. They're focusing on this incredible. Let's use this graphic card to the maximum amount of things. But they stop worrying about the games being fun. So games are not fun anymore. Games are about, just showing us, displaying how great the graphic cards are. Is that all there is? And is that what people enjoy? I don't know. I still play very old games and I enjoy them. And I think they're really good games. Because they don't stop being good because they're, newer games that have better graphics. They don't stop being good games. and many people still play those games, very old games. There's people still playing Doom. So I don't know, Doom, fast Doom, and it runs anywhere. So you can play, on your toaster or something. But hey, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't particularly think that that's an argument. And I started talking about it, ranting. I'm sorry about the rant, but hey, I needed to rant about this because I was doing my beam here and I was showing you that, mind is tricked very easily. Your brain can be tricked very easily. I also heard Lex Freeman say that a bunch of times. So then it comes in and says, no, you need, if the light doesn't shine in the correct angle, then you don't think it's real, something like that. So you can't contradicting some stuff that you yourself said before some other time. Like, what's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. They're just talking, to whoever is in front of you saying something. And hey, this is nothing. I'm not saying that I don't want this to seem like I'm criticizing Tim Sweeney here, right? I think it's an impressive, definitely a hero in the industry, for building Unreal Engine and the incredible stuff they've done there. But I very much beg to differ that the experience, and I'm not saying that he said this. I'm saying Lex Friedman said that, which is absolutely stupid, ridiculous argument. It's like, nah, wow, how are you saying this? I mean, it is impressive. Yeah, it's an impressive thing. But it's not like, oh no, we don't feel like it's human because, nah, that's a stupid argument. That's a very stupid argument. You can definitely feel like the anime characters are real, and and yeah, I don't know, it's totally stupid. But yeah, just add a couple of planes, put a couple of textures in them, in one plane, one horizontal plane, and one, vertical plane. I did it inversely, horizontal and vertical plane. And just add the same thing, the same texture to them. You see how it looks like it's volumetric, even though it's not. It looks kind of volumetric. You see that? Is your brain being tricked? Is your brain being totally tricked? If you look at it from this side, yeah, it looks kind of, you kind of notice that it's not volumetric. But if you look at it from here, hey, it looks volumetric. It looks like it's something going on there. Your brain's being totally tricked. You're being tricked here. And then if you rotate it, if you add that, you simply flash it and rotate it, and suddenly it looks like it's moving around. Like it looks like it's, wow, this 3D thing moving around. And it's not. It's just a 2D. It's just a couple of 2D planes. One like this and one like this. And if you add, if you want to give it more volumetric feel, you can even add two more planes, but you don't really need to. You can add two more, one like this and one like this, but you don't need to. You don't need to. You can, yeah. You can have a couple more materials there. You can add more things. You can definitely always add more things, more and more, but you don't need to. If your game's fun, it's going to be fun. What you need is feedback, and what you need is fun mechanics. Feedback is part of the mechanics. Sound. Do the sounds need to be real sounds? Like actually, feel like, oh, I'm, stepping on things, stepping on glass. So it needs to, I need to step on glass and make the sound of stepping on glass. No, you can step on, I don't know, Cheetos or something. You can step on your nachos and maybe it sounds like glass. And you see what I mean? You can trick the ears even. So yeah, make stuff feel good, have nice feedback, nice mechanics, and your game will look great, and you won't need to do much at all. So yeah, where were we? Okay, shooting tower. Okay, we're probably gonna go on for maybe until 9:30 here. It's 9:10 here now, so we're going to go on for maybe 20 minutes, 20 more minutes or something. I don't know how many people we have here. I don't know. How many are we? We're not that many people, so I've probably been ranting for nobody. No, we have okay, this is 4 people. How many are we? 5, maybe, yeah, maybe 5 people or something. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been looking there, just making sure nobody's commenting, and nobody was commenting. So, hey, you have something to say about this? I very much want to know what you think. Do you only enjoy games when they're realistic? Do you enjoy games because they're fun? Or do you enjoy games because, hey, the character looks so real, his skin is so good, you know? Probably nice, smooth skin. Looks like, you know, been treating it with some very nice products, you know? I feel like I can see the face of this person, you know? I don't know. What an argument. Oh, let's focus. Okay. So the shooting tower, it has a beam, right? And the beam, you can do whatever you want. You can add whatever you want there, any object, and all we'll do is grab that object, extend it on the scale it on the Z axis, Z axis, and it will beam it, right? It will flash it, and it will so appear, disappear in a certain yeah, like every so many milliseconds, and with a certain frequency, and it will rotate it every time. So that's all it's doing. And I think that looks really good. That looks nice. I don't know if we have it. I don't know if we have made it a bit bigger or smaller in different towers. I don't remember that, but I think it. Let's look at it. Let's have a look at our beam. What's the beam doing? Energy upgrade. Yeah, it's bigger. Yeah, the beam is bigger in the bigger towers. We just made the beam bigger. You see how it looks good. I mean, could it look better? Yeah. I'm probably not great at this, right? At that. But yeah, if we add some feedback, we can make the beam be actually really, really nice. We need more feedback. 100%. That's what will make like this go from 0 to 1. So there's a problem there, that this is not using the projectile system. So since this is not using the projectile system, we need to add something else for the being hit particles. So we may need to add something to the tower itself. I am not a fan of that. I'm going to say it. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. But maybe I'm thinking, what if? Okay, bear with me. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna present this. I'm gonna present this. You can tell me then, okay? Yeah, I think we can do this very easily without adding anything to the code. Wait, what? This thing got itself by itself in 4K. No, because last time this thing went 4K by itself. No. Why did it go 4K? Just decided it was going 4K. The camera sort of changed, went, oh, I'm gonna go 4K. Oh, and the camera just went nuts. Everything else seems to be good, but the camera is not working. Can you hear me? Wait. Yeah, the camera just went stupid. I don't know what happened here with the camera. Let's just oh my god, what happened here? Yeah, I don't know what happened here with the camera, but I don't like it one bit. There you go. Camera got stuck there. There you go. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we're back. I don't know if the camera, I don't know if it overheated or something. Wow, that was weird. Strange things happening. Some strange things happening today. But we're back here. All right, okay. Okay, let's go back to the game itself. Let's present this thing. Let's present this theory. We have laser tower. Let's grab the laser tower 1. All right. Let's come to the tip here, to the beam, right? If we just click on the beam until it, sort of brings us to the beam. You see, if you have a group like this, if you just click on the thing, first it's going to select the group. Then you click on the thing that you want. Like if you just clicking on the thing you want, right? If I'm just clicking on this, on the beam, it's going to come here and select the group, the first group. Then if I click again, it's going to go into the next group. If I click again, it's going to go into the next group. And if I click again, it's going to go to the next group. You see, it's just going downwards that way, so that you can get, the real thing that you want. So in this case, right, we want to simply go inside our beam here, right? Which is all we want. You can simply click here, right? But that's sort of a nice way to be able to handle things in a hierarchical way. So you simply do bam, 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 and you get this thing that you want. What if we add this to the tip here, right? So we just added to the tip of the of our beam. We know we are extending the beam to the distance, so we're hitting something. So if we add our particles to the tip of the beam, right, we can just come here to our particles. Now to the prefabs, we have the bullet hit, right? Just add it here, right? Why did it go that way? Okay, just zero it out. There. Oh, look at that. Oh, the Did you see that? The interesting. So yeah, this is not working. When I move the laser, when I move the particles, yeah, okay, so we have another bug there. When I move this here in the new system, if I change this thing, right, if I change this in position, right, so I move this here, and I move it, say, I move it out of there, and I move it to here, right, so I put it in here, right, so it's in here now, and I want to change the position here. If I change it from here, it doesn't move the move tool. I have to select again. Okay, so we have a problem there. That's part of the new multi-select tool, right? Because now it has a group. Now it has like another object, like a stop object that is doing that's handling that in order to do the intermediate medium position and all that. So probably it's not moving that object. So the thing thinks that. So this thing thinks that the other object hasn't moved. So it's not being notified in a way, right? It's okay. I can see that's a problem. Okay, this is why I'm so glad I'm doing these streams now because it's really helping me to find these problems that otherwise you will find them. And I'd rather you don't find them. Usually I have to build stuff and do these things. I just use the engine myself until someone finds a problem. So I have to find the problems myself. I'd rather do it in public. Hopefully more of you will find this. Yeah, we'll find this useful. But yeah, let's add this here. Let's play in a loop. Okay, we have the particles there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, okay, we're going to stop this. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. We're going to delete the original. Remember this? We're going to call it laser hit. Laser hit. We're going to play it there. Yeah. There you go. And we're going to change the colors. We're going to make the color something that looks like the laser beam. Yeah, something that looks like the laser beam thing there. Yeah, something. Maybe like set like a different sparkish color at the end there. I don't know, like a maybe orangish there by the end. Yeah, something just to give it a different tone there, but I don't know. Maybe the yellowish orange color should be there at the beginning as well, like something there. Let's see. Yeah, so that it feels like, oh, it's changing the yeah. Makes it more dynamic. See? Like it's hidden something. You see, like it's hidden something. It's acting on something, and then you see the sparks, fly about. Okay. So if we grab the beam and we pull it to say 10, right? This thing's going to be here at tip. You see? Okay, we need to move this a bit further in there. No. Where is it? Where is it? Oh. What? Oh, we have a problem here. We have a problem. Okay, we have a problem with the positioning tool there. Okay, so we have some issues here with the positioning, probably because of the positioning of the group. So I didn't take that into account. So global position is the global position fighting with the local positioning. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So I'm going to need to be very careful with that. When the parent object is scaled. In this case, one of the parent objects, this is scaled on 10. So this changes a lot in the positioning of the other object, right? So let's make this like 5 and see how it looks. Yeah, there's 5. So there's 6. There's 10. Right? There's 20. It's always there a tip. There you go. So now, okay. This is good. This is nice. Yeah. And now what we do is we can turn this into a prefab. And yeah, we just live it in a loop, right? So the nice thing is that we can just make this loop, and that's it. And all we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a prefab, and we're going to add it to all the other things, right? So yeah, we'll just bring it here. So this is the laser hit, and we're going to, so if we change the laser hit itself, we're going to change it for all of them. So yeah, so now all we do is, let's bring the beam. Yeah, let's just reduce the scale of the beam because we don't want it to stay at 20 there. We're just gonna do it 1 there. We're just gonna keep it at 1. There you go. I don't remember if you're actually scaling the beam or the child. I don't remember. I think it's the beam itself, but I don't remember. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, let's save and exit. Let's go into all the other ones. Let's go into, well, first let's test it. Let's test it first, okay? So we'll come in here and we'll grab the energy weapon. Oh, it's on all the time. Yeah, we need to turn it off, right? Okay, it looks good, looks nice, but it's there, it's still there. You can see it. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, we need to turn it off. I thought if we turned off the beam. Oh, maybe we need to enable it. Maybe you need to disable it and enable it. Instead of making it invisible, we need to disable it. Or make it invisible and disable it. So that anything it has, right, any action it could have, like any particles or anything, will be disabled. Because all the components within will be disabled. So let's do that. Let's do that. So we have our tower here. Like, where's the turret here? Yeah, the laser tower. Let's come here. And what we're going to do is So we're gonna come here to the beam, right? And here's the thing, right? So this thing is plain, right? But if we come here, right, to the beam and we disable it, all right. But that's, yeah, I think that's because it's in the editor. Yeah, I think that's why. Because if we disable it, yeah, this is plain in the editor. I think if we disable it, it will not work in the yeah, I'm also not a fan of the yellow there. I'm not a fan of it. I thought I would like it, but now I'm like, nah, I don't like it. I like the I like the change in color. Yeah, I also don't like this color. I think we should go more for a something more in that line. Probably like a whitish thing there, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. Let's leave it at that because I think that looks nicer. Yeah. Okay. So this is probably should probably be let's make it a tiny bit bigger. Okay. Make it like 1 and 2, maybe, you know, 1 and 1.5. And let's give it more speed, like maybe 50 and 80. And less of a lifetime. Like maybe let's give it a 1 and 2. So that it's a lot shorter, right? We don't want it to go far away. We just want it to be there very in sort of a close distance. Maybe we'll make it like 0.8 and 1.2, something like that. Okay. Let's test it there. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Maybe 80 and 100. It's going too far away. Let's go with yeah, so now we can reduce a lifetime. Maybe we can go with 0.5 and 1. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's okay. Yeah. What if we add more? What if we add like 30? We make it 30. Would that make it better? No. Nope. What about less? No. Definitely not. Okay, yeah. So let's give it that. Let's keep it at that. And yeah, we will need to come here to prefabs and update the laser hit so that it's updated for everyone. Okay. And yeah, we don't need to save this because the laser hit thing will be disabled. But we probably need the beam to be enabled and disabled from the code. So let's do that. Let's yeah, let's exit this. I don't think we need to do any changes there. I'm pretty sure we don't need that. So let's come here to the what's it? No, it's not launcher tower, it's a shooting tower here. Okay. So when we shoot in the beam, shoot beam. Visible true. So we're simply making invisible. Yeah. So what we're going to do is also re the enable set enabled this dot beam true. Right? So when we shoot and when we're not shooting, right? When we're not shooting, because I think the visible thing here, are we making it invisible? Yeah. The beam is invisible there, right? So we actually going to come here and you're going to do false. In the place where we're making the thing invisible here, we're going to do the same here. We're going to say, well, maybe, yeah. Yeah, let's bring it here. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. So we can like enable and disable the particles. I don't know. I think it's gonna look bad because it's just gonna stop the particles. Yeah, I think it's going to. Yeah, this is not going to be good because when we disable the particles, it's just gonna stop. They're gonna disappear, and we don't want that really. Like this is becoming invisible every time we shoot. Like this is like shooting bullets like very hard, very fast, right? It's like shooting a bunch of bullets very very fast. So that's what it's actually doing. Now the particles maybe should be independent. I'm thinking, right? I don't know, to make it like really look good. We'll see how it looks here now. Energy, yeah. It's not disabling them. Why is it? Yeah, it's not disabling them. The particles are still there. I don't know if they're visible in the game, like in the screen there. So, oh, because we're not setting it to false, are we? But anyway, it's set to false here. It's been set to false at the very beginning. So it should be set to false. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it again. So here we set the energy thing. Okay, it's set to false there. All right. Yeah, no, it's not good. Yeah, it's just keeping it there. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. Like I said, it was not going to look good. It looks weird because it looks like it's that's not good. Yeah. We can't just disable it every time. We need to keep it disabled. But what can we do here? What can we do? We're trying to do less, and by trying to do less, we're doing more. We're going through a lot to do less. In order to less, the key here is instead of, because the alternative is to just treat it as the bullet hits and instantiating them every time and just letting them be like bullet hits. The problem is that the problem with that is that if we treat it that way, it's I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem if we treat it that way, because the biggest issue with this is that if you start instantiating a bunch of objects all the time, imagine that this is shooting a laser every so many milliseconds. Like it's very, very fast, right? It's very, very fast. And every time we're going to be instantiating, like very, very fast instantiating these hit particles. So it's much better to just keep it there because it's already there and it's already looping. And it's a laser, right? So it's there. You're expecting it to be, throwing the sparks there. So it doesn't make sense. It's just instantiate a bunch of this. It makes way more sense to keep it there. So, and loop. Now, the problem is that we should disable it gracefully, right? We should sort of, stop the beams without, probably without going through, trying not to add too much pollution to our class. That's the thing. But I think I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work now. I think we need to sort of play and stop and things like that. So maybe what if we instead of making it loop, we make it play again, right? We make it not loop, and so we simply, every time we come here, we play the particles again, right? So we get the beams from we get the beams component, like the particle component, and we should with that. But then we're attached to that. Yes, we are. Then we'd be like we'd have dependency of some kind of API, and we would either need to create our own sort of component on top of that with an API or something kind. And you know how I am always want to avoid this sort of thing. I try not to add things and create things on top of things, you know, and more structures and things. Sorry, I'm just checking. I received something. Make sure that it's not my wife's problem. Yeah, no, it's so fine. It's all good. Yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, we don't have any problem with that then, you know. So good. Yeah, but we need some kind of API on top in order not to depend on the Quarks API for this, so that if you want to use any other sort of particle system, you want to use your own, you want to use something else, you can use it, right? And you don't. This is a template, so it shouldn't depend on, you know, specific particles or something like that. Mostly in a more like generic thing, like a shooting tower, should depend on the native stuff and not on other, you know, like things like the Quarks particle thing. Because if we change it later on, we don't want to really depend on that. So because you may have different solutions for different particles, simply because of that, right? You may want to have your particles be something else, your hit particles or whatever thing. So no, let's not depend on quarks or on anything. Okay, you should use whatever you want. And the thing is, if we disable it, we see how that doesn't work gracefully. So it just stops and it goes to shit. So yeah, we don't want that. And yeah, since we don't want to depend on it, just hitting play and stopping is not a great option. So maybe a good option would be, since I have control of the quarks system here, I could potentially change it in order to fit this sort of purposes, right? Instead of playing around it, I could actually make it work better for these sort of purposes, which is probably some of the purposes you may want to use it, like integrated much better into the Rig Engine ecosystem. Like, for instance, say we are visible if the parent object, if a parent object is invisible, right? So we shouldn't be showing the particles. Maybe we should stop there, right? And we should play when the object is visible, but it should stop and play gracefully. So maybe we could play with that. Maybe that's what we should do. We should make the particles themselves do that and not the component, right? So maybe we should modify the quarks particle system here and the integration, right? The row quarks. Yes. So okay, let's check it out. How are we doing this? We have the play button here, and the play button is only for this. It's the only way. It's the only place where we are doing anything here. Yeah. So maybe. Hmm. Hmm. Let's look at the update function or whatever it's here. Wow, I have so many getters, setters, all that. Wow, this is a pretty big component. So the init. We're creating it here. Okay, we're creating it. Maybe on init, then, okay. Okay, emitter visible true. So maybe this should depend on the visibility of the parent. Yeah. The batch system, this is the general batch system. This is making sure that if the batch system is not created, yeah, we are sort of creating the batch system here for us. The batch system, you can't see it because it's invisible there. It's an editor object, so you can't really see it. I'm adding it like on the background. So what we could do is we could make this depend on the parent's visibility. That's the thing as well. I don't know if this works with if the parent itself. I don't know how Three.js handles that. That's the thing. If the let's make it invisible there. Well, let's make it dependent on that. So that's the thing I want to figure out. If I make an object, if I make this, let's open this. If I make this invisible, will that make the, no, this one's visible still. It's not visible because hierarchically, right, there's, the parent is visible. So we need to figure out if one of the ancestors is visible or not. So we need to figure out if all the ancestors are visible. So I probably should do every, something like that. We transverse ancestors. And so, okay, let's do this outside. Yeah, the problem is that we can't do this every frame. We can't do this every frame. I mean, this was terrible. Do it every frame. Yeah, this is not good. And I don't like. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing this every frame. No. And we shouldn't be doing the schedule in a schedule. We shouldn't be just looking through ancestors and checking, oh, is my ancestor visible every frame? Or because this is already an expensive system, are we going to add something even more expensive? No. So this is a bad idea. This should be more ad hoc. That's the truth. So, okay. Here's an idea. So what if this is dependent on the visibility of the object 3D, right? And so what we do is we decide also on the update if if the object is visible, right? So if the if the object is visible, we set the emitter visible. And that's as far as I'm willing to go. I could do the parent as well. Okay, say if this one is visible and the parent is visible, and say, okay, that's as far as we're willing to go here. But going upwards every frame, I'm not a fan of that. What we could do is, in our shooting tower, instead of making the beam itself invisible, right, we could make like all the children invisible, because we have control over that, right? That's the thing. You may be wondering why is that less good or worse than what we're doing here, right? First of all, because we're not doing it in every frame, where every time we shoot, every time a bullet is going to be shot, it goes and looks into the children and it makes them, like invisible, all of them, and then turns them visible. That's one thing. Another thing is that we could well, yeah, but also it's not going to look good. It's not going to, now I'm thinking of it, it's not going to look good. Yeah, we could run a little test here, but it's not going to look good because it's going to look like it's just stopping. It's going to look like the particles are just going away when we make it invisible. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want just, to disappear every time we shoot. Like shoot, hit something, and then boom, disappears. Yeah, we don't want that, because the actual particles disappear. The actual beam is disappearing, but we don't want the particle hit to disappear. So maybe, when are we shooting? Wait a second. When are we shooting? Okay, so there's a difference in when we're shooting and when we're not. So maybe we should, instead of doing this with the firing rate logic, we should do it with the shoot logic, maybe. So if we're shooting, right? Let's do a test. So now that we did that, let's do a test and simply do, okay, because we just want to know how it looks. So we do beam hit, okay? And just grab an object 3D there, okay? And what we're going to do is, we're going to come here and say this dot, yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's do it here. Yeah. This dot beam hit dot visible equals true, right? And if we're not shooting, okay, we just want to say that this is false, okay? So else we're going to say false. So this is just a test. I hope this doesn't end up being just, code that we add to our game, to a template. We should remove this. This is the kind of code that you add, and then you just, oh, it worked, so it stays there, and it's like, oh, should it stay there? Probably not. But it happens very often that this kind of code ends up just staying there. Yeah, these kinds of things happen often. Okay. Let's test it. This could end up just being horrible. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is not, what's going on there? Oh, right, yeah, we didn't have the I'm an idiot. Yeah, there's an error. There's just a bunch of errors. Oh, by the way, I'm redoing the console with with pure web components, with simple vanilla. We go out of no more Svelte, no more frameworks. We go full vanilla. You know, vanilla JS is the way to go. I think for everything. Vanilla TypeScript. I know some people, you know, go, how can you say vanilla TypeScript? You know, it's not vanilla if it's TypeScript. Yeah, well, yeah, I think there is. I think there is. You know, it's just you're entitled to your opinion. I think you're wrong, but respectfully. But yeah, let's keep it vanilla. Let's keep it vanilla, and we're gonna have it. Yeah, it's gonna be a really, really good console now. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're really gonna like the new console. Yeah, because this one sucks. Ours. It's really bad. This is one of the vestiges of the old Rogue engine, and it's so bad. It's so disgustingly bad. Yeah. It's so bad. Yeah, so let's just not even think of it. Okay. What we need to do here, we have the turrets. Where is it? Where is it? Turret, prefab. Here it is. So we're gonna come here to our turret. We're gonna grab it. We're gonna come here to the beam. There you go. And we're gonna find our beam laser hit here. And yeah, and we're going to add it to a tower here. All right. Well, I'm unsure now. Huh. Okay. I don't know how this is going to work because I don't think it's supported to add prefabs, like sub prefabs as objects in here. If this works, I will be pretty pleased. But I don't think it will work. I think it will bring out an error. It can very much bring out an error. Yeah, it has errors in it. Yeah. Because it can't find it. Yeah. Well, I did I actually update it? Did I hit I didn't save it. I'm an idiot. I didn't save it. Wait, where's my beam? Oh no, I chose the wrong one. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Did I save it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, it doesn't work. No. Because it wants, no, it doesn't like it. No, because it's a prefab. Yeah. No. So we should, for the sake of this, for the sake of our laser, this is a compromise. This is a compromise that we should make. And in this case, it makes sense for this to be not a prefab. Yeah. It makes way more sense for this not to be a prefab. Because the prefabs, if we want to make it a prefab, we should make it a preload prefab. This means that the prefab will be preloaded before the scene loads. So we know it's always there, right? We could do that. And it will work fine. But let's just, for the sake of this, now, let's just make it not a prefab. That'll be good. For now, this is what we need. So laser hit, it's just what it is now. And let's use that. And yeah, let's use this for now. And just leave it like that. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a mess. Yeah, okay, let's use this. And yeah, let's see how. Oh no. So it's not doing anything. What? Didn't we make the rogue quark? So it's good that we're testing. Because this is showing us that this doesn't really care about our visibility, the visibility of the object that has. when we hit play here, what are we doing? We hit play. We hit init. And this is setting the visibility of the emitter. Yeah. And then in every frame, we're making it either visible or invisible. This thing itself. So the object itself may be set to invisible, and this thing would still be... Okay, let's just grab one and just put it here, okay? Okay, let's just grab one so that we can see it in action, all right? Just grab the beam and sorry, the beam particles. Just come here and just select it and see if it's actually being... Okay, we're not making it invisible. Okay, we're not doing it. Where is it? Where is it? Are we not making it invisible in the shooting tower? Beam here. Did we select something wrong here? True, false. What? Step false there. As we start with false, and then as we shoot, yeah, if we're shooting, it's going to become true, and it should become false, right? That's what it should do. Yeah, there's false. So it, but it's not working. Look at that. It's still there. And so there's something wrong, definitely. You see how we had some frame drops there? Yeah, we had some frame drops there. I don't know why we had these frame drops happening. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's garbage collection. That's garbage collection hitting. Oh, wow. Yeah, we don't want that. So something here is actually being problematic. We have a memory leak. We have a memory leak. Okay. I'm done for tonight. I'm done for tonight. It's gone for way too long. There's nobody there. And I don't like it when there's nobody there. The thing is, when there's people here, it's interesting to keep it as long as possible going because we can chat and we can discuss things. But when there's nobody here, the video that remains is the important part. And if it's too long, I think it's less value for people watching it later on. So yeah, if we had more people, we had Bobinski. We reviewed his game, and no more Bobinski. So now someone else was here as well, and yeah, Nikadi was here on YouTube, and someone else. You know, we had a few people here, some people here, Suresh and Sam, and all those. I really appreciate you being there. Yeah, for as long as you were here and chatting there. But yeah, I don't know. We come here to do games, not to promote people doing random stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Probably just pissed on myself. But yeah, I should leave before I start ranting again. It's just still ranting because the rant guy, because the bold rant guy, right? All right. Okay. Let's reconvene some of the time. Yeah, and this is just sad. This is just sad, isn't it? There's nobody there, I think. Yeah. So yeah, what is it, like 5? Yeah, I was gonna think of raiding someone, but why raid when you have like nobody watching? So yeah, who cares? And I will have to open Chrome and do whatever there, and so I don't know. Raiding and leaving, it seems like with nobody there. When I have more people, I'm definitely going to start rating people's Twitch, because I really appreciate when that happens to me. So I hope that more people can have that. But yeah, just rating with nobody there doesn't seem much use. Yes, so let's reconvene some other time. We did some useful stuff anyway. We found some bugs. We did that. That's what we want. This is the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to find bugs in Rake Engine, and to build a nice template while we're at it, to build some nice stuff, and to instruct people, show people how to do stuff in Rake Engine while we're at it. Yeah, so just having a nice roundup useful stuff we do here. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you enjoyed this this little development we did. And yeah, we're coming back here on Thursday. We're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays for about 2 and 3 hours, depending on the day, depending on how late I arrive. We'll see. But for now, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.